The chandelier hums faintly, crystals trembling with every laugh that leaves Brennan's throat. The table gleams, white linen, gold-rimmed plates, a small army of forks aligned like soldiers waiting for inspection. Mom adjusts the lilies for the third time. Dad's bourbon glass sweats onto the coaster. Only Grandpa Ed's watch ticks, quiet and precise, the single honest sound in the room. Enterprise Solutions, Brennan says, the words crisp as new bills. They just promoted me. A ripple of admiration moves around the table. Phones lift for photos. I smile because that's what we do here, smile until it feels real. Steam curls from the honey-glazed ham. The scent of clove mixes with something metallic in my mouth. I shift my napkin, hiding the tremor in my fingers. Brennan's voice slides toward me. You still doing that, little project? Laughter, light, practiced. The air tightens. Mom clears her throat, Dad pours more wine. I lower my gaze to the plate, but in the reflection of the silver knife, I catch Grandpa watching me. Steady. Measuring. I remember his hands, oil-stained from decades in the factory, tracing the curve of gears like they were secrets. Timing is everything, he used to say. I breathe once, slow, anchoring myself to that rhythm. The conversation drifts on mortgages, promotions, car leases. Outside, dusk presses against the windows, the sky split between orange and ash. Inside, Brennan leans back, wrist angled so his watch catches the chandelier's glow. The irony makes me want to laugh. What they don't know, 42 hours ago, my name went on a document that will make his watch irrelevant. But not yet. Grandpa glances at his Hamilton. The second hand moves with surgical calm. I wait with it. The night after that dinner, I couldn't sleep. The city outside my window murmured, horns, sirens, a rhythm of people chasing proof they mattered. I turned back to my screen, the glow catching a dozen sticky notes around it. Integration plans. Staffing charts. A reminder, don't flinch. Priya's message pinged. Bankers confirmed. We're ready if you are. I typed back, do it. When you build something from nothing, you learn to live inside uncertainty. My first office smelled of detergent from the laundromat below, my desk was a door balanced on cinder blocks. But code doesn't care about pedigree, it only answers persistence. I still hear Mom's voice sometimes, a real degree opens doors. Funny. Code opened servers instead. Priya and I spent weeks buried in spreadsheets. Every clause, every comma, a potential landmine. We weren't buying a company, we were buying time, ours. At dawn, I drove to Grandpa's. He was already awake, tea steaming, paper folded neatly. They'll underestimate you, he said. That's your edge. Let them look past you. His watch clicked between us, marking seconds that felt heavier than minutes. Back in the city, news of Tech Fusion's restructuring spread like static. Brennan didn't call, but his LinkedIn updates grew louder, motivational quotes, leadership selfies. The digital version of whistling past a graveyard. I scrolled through one, thumb hovering, half pity, half resolve. He'd built a career on shine. I'd built one on silence. Only one of those survives pressure. The contract draft arrived that night. I signed with a steady hand, hearing Grandpa's mantra echo in my chest, numbers don't sweat. Rain slicked the San Francisco sidewalks the day we closed. Lawyers filled the glass room, ink, contracts, signatures. Each pen stroke shifted a lifetime's balance. When it was over, Priya exhaled. You realize what this means? I did. It meant the family's golden son now worked, indirectly, for me. I should have felt triumph. Instead, there was only quiet. Power doesn't roar, it hums beneath the surface. Grandpa called that evening. It's done? It's done. Then breathe. And wait. Time will do the rest. The embargo lifted Sunday, 6 p.m. Easter. Of course it would. The universe loves symmetry. The next 2 days stretched taut. I avoided calls from home. Packed a bottle of Pinot and Mom's favorite lemon tart as camouflage. Every hour closer to dinner felt like climbing toward a controlled explosion. By Sunday afternoon, clouds broke into pale gold. The freeway south was empty. My pulse wasn't. At Grandpa's driveway, he waited in his worn cardigan, the Hamilton gleaming faintly. "Remember," he said, "let the clock speak first." I nodded, clutching the wine like a peace offering, not a weapon. The house smelled of citrus polish and nostalgia. Laughter floated from the dining room, Brennan's voice, bright and performative. I slipped into my seat. The same choreography began, Mom passing bread, Dad topping glasses, Brennan recounting quarterly victories. Grandpa sat at the far end, hands folded, watching time. "Takes a certain kind of mind to manage enterprise systems," Brennan was saying. I traced the rim of my plate, listening to the familiar applause. The watch ticked. 5:57 p.m. Dessert plates clinked. Aunt Clara asked about my little company. I smiled. "We've been busy. Big changes this week." 5:59, Grandpa lifted his wrist, adjusting his glasses. The motion was deliberate, slow enough to silence the room. "Brennan," he said, tone mild. "Which division did you say you manage again?" "Enterprise Solutions," Brennan replied, proud as ever. "Backbone of tech fusion." The second hand struck 12. Silence detonated louder than sound. Mom's smile collapsed. Dad's fork froze halfway. I met Brennan's eyes. For the first time, he looked small, just human. "Yes," I said softly. "We closed Friday. Integration starts tomorrow." No one moved. The chandelier hummed. Grandpa leaned back, the faintest curve of satisfaction in his lips. "Timing," he murmured, "always timing." Brennan pushed from the table, muttering about air. The screen door banged, then quiet. Inside, the silence reformed into something new, not accusation, but realization. Dad exhaled. "I didn't know." "I know," I said. "You weren't supposed to." Outside, rain began again, gentle, forgiving. Monday, dawn. Our office hummed alive, monitors flickering like city lights. Brennan waited by my door, tie loosened, arrogance gone. "I had no idea," he whispered. "All this time, it wasn't about you," I said. "It was about building something real." He nodded, eyes wet but steady. "Then teach me." That was the first honest sentence he'd spoken in years. 30 days later, he sat shoulder to shoulder with engineers, rewriting code instead of polishing slides. His laughter changed, less echo, more warmth. At the next family dinner, the hierarchy dissolved quietly. Mom asked about logistics integration. Dad toasted both of us. Grandpa said nothing, only checked his watch and smiled. After dessert, I walked him to the porch. "The clock's kept perfect time," he said. "It always does," I replied. He handed it to me. "Yours now. You've earned the seconds." The weight of the watch was lighter than I expected. Inside its ticking, I heard everything unsaid, the years of silence, the proof that waited patiently to be believed. The world didn't end with applause. It exhaled. And somewhere between one tick and the next, I finally stopped waiting to be seen.